Now, Good Morning Northwest. Smiley versus Murray, a race being watched closely around the country. This morning, we're breaking down the latest debate in a race for a U.S. Senate seat in Washington.
Well, Mother Nature is serving up some rain showers for the trick-or-treaters as they knock on those doors. We're also going to be talking about snow that's coming into our area.
And Russia's missile attacks destroy energy structures in Ukraine and is accused of deliberately working to starve Ukrainians. They're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're with us this morning. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Monday, October 31st. Happy Halloween, everybody. Mark Peterson is here with a look at that first alert forecast. And parents, you might need that rain jacket and or umbrella for trick-or-treating.
Yeah, right now it looks like about a 60% chance of rain while you're trick-or-treating in the Spokane area. Less to the north, heavier to the south. 49 degrees both in Coeur d'Alene and into Spokane, but wet roadways into Coeur d'Alene. So 20-30 miles makes all the difference right now. Taking a look at the 4 things you need to know. Yeah, the leaves are figuring it out. It is getting late in the season. It's going to be rainy at times, more rain overnight, 1/2 inch to 1 inch in many areas. But then the snow levels will drop Tuesday, but there will be a chance of light snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, which the grassy areas and on the roadways, maybe for the Wednesday morning commute. We'll keep you up to date on that. Doppler radar right now, it is areas that are now clearing out. Liberty Lake had some few scattered showers that's moving out. We have more that's moving in, and it's just really going to take a while for that to build in. That 24-hour forecast is showing most of the energy that's going to be at I-90 or south all the way into Pullman, Lewiston, Tri-Cities, well, where it will be drier. Deer Park, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Omak, Sandpoint scattered showers. And then overnight, everybody's going to see some rain and snow into the mountains. That's going to mean travel into Montana tomorrow could get real interesting. Our next 12 hours, about 11 o'clock, we should be at 50. Partly cloudy with isolated showers into the early afternoon, and then more potential sustained rain with temperatures in the low 50s as we get out the door and start ringing those doorbells.
And this hour from the Breaking Now desk, new details regarding Russia's missile strikes on Ukraine this morning. The Ukrainian Air Force says more than 50 missiles have been launched at Ukrainian infrastructure. Several buildings have been hit, including an energy facility in Kyiv powering 350,000 apartments. Attacks in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, have disrupted water supply and halted most subway train services, according to the city's mayor. But we now know that water supply in parts of the capital of Kyiv will be restored. The mayor is saying that'll happen within the next few hours. Now, this all comes after Russia suspended its participation in the United Nations brokered grain export deal with Ukraine just this past weekend. Ukraine's president saying that Russia is, quote, deliberately working to ensure starvation and that Russia is blocking grain that would feed more than 7 million people. But just a few hours ago, a dozen ships left Ukrainian ports carrying more than 350 tons of grain, despite Moscow's exit from the deal. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. One man shot and killed in a Moses Lake home, and a 17-year-old shot and injured. This morning, investigators are trying to figure out what happened and who's responsible. Moses Lake police responded to a call of shots fired at 6 a.m. yesterday and found a 20-year-old man shot multiple times in a home near Road H Northeast in Cascade Valley. Later, they discovered a 17-year-old male had also been shot and had driven himself to the hospital. He was treated and released. If you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call Moses Lake Police.
Voters had the chance to ask questions to Senate candidates Republican Tiffany Smiley and incumbent Democrat Patty Murray in last night's Seattle Town Hall.
Voters pressed Smiley and Murray on topics from inflation to abortion to crime. This race is being closely watched and could shift power in D.C. One of the hottest topics, gun control.
I support stronger measures. I believe we should have an assault weapon ban. I believe we should have better protections for people who are trying to purchase a gun and better background checks. I believe we should ban ghost guns.
I would support the bill that came out of the Senate, and I think that is a good step forward. But we have a crime and a mental health issue that needs to be addressed immediately. That is the root cause of what is going on.
The next question. Do you support President Biden's plan for student loan debt relief?
Yes, I do support the steps that President Biden took. We need to reevaluate how we pay for colleges and how we make sure that states are putting funds into that.
We're asking electricians, plumbers, construction workers to pay for someone else's college degree. It's unfair. We need to expose our kids to trade at a much younger age. There are multiple pathways to the American dream.
Now, as of last night, political polling group 538 is forecasting a tightening race between the two candidates, with Murray holding a 7% lead currently. As recently as August, Murray was projected to win by more than 14%. Now, both political parties appear to be counting heavily on women.
Republicans are hoping women who left the party under former President Donald Trump will back candidates who speak to their fears over safety and the economy. Democrats hope undecided female voters will swing their way by concluding the GOP doesn't have a plan to fight inflation and its abortion stance is too extreme. In the 2018 presidential race, exit polls showed 59% of women supported Democrats and 40% supported Republicans. Today, conditions seem favorable for those women to back the GOP. That is based on interviews with voters in battleground states who have lingering issues from the pandemic, economic fears, and wanting a change. The midterms are critical and will determine the balance of power in D.C.
We're on the final approach toward the midterm elections, and you can find all of our coverage on city, state, and national races. Share your questions and tell us which races are important to you. Just go to our For the People coverage section on KXLY.com, as well as the 4 News Now app and the KXLY Plus streaming app.
It is the last day to donate to Coats for Kids. All of us here at 4 News Now, and I'm sure you also want to make sure every child stays warm with a winter coat this season.
And the collection of new and gently used coats ends today, and the process of washing and distributing those coats can begin. You still have through today to drop off coats at one of our collection centers. For a full list of where you can donate, log on to KXLY.com/coatsforkids. That's where you can also find out when and where you can pick up a coat. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:07.
It's going to be wet today for trick-or-treaters. But
Not great.
But you know what? It's been a lot colder, so the temps aren't going to be too bad.
Yeah, it's sort of a nice exchange. In Moses Lake, a 20% chance of isolated showers. Up into Sandpoint, you got a 30% chance. We have a 60% chance of rain showers, and it's heavier with about a 100% chance into the Palouse. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that coming up.
And 2 girls killed 5 years ago in a small Indiana town. No one had been arrested until now. What we're expecting to hear about this case today, just ahead.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Watch daytime's #1 duo weekdays at 9 a.m.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call Everhart Painting today to schedule a free estimate. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
My husband and I have had the Harvester for about 13 years. If there's anything you want to know about Spangle, come in and find out at the Harvester. Avista contacted us about the business partner program to upgrade our lights to LED lights. Between the energy efficient rebates that we got and the grant, it was completely free to us. On our energy bill, we're saving about $500 a month. Everything has gone up, so that savings has been a huge help to the restaurant.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
I have a little bit of savings, but I depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm alarmed to read that Tiffany Smiley supports a plan that could virtually, in all respects, end Social Security and Medicare in 5 years. Then she'd make Congress fight about whether to create those programs all over again. It's a nightmare. Tiffany Smiley, I earned my Social Security and Medicare. I will not let you take them away.
Women Voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
What could go wrong?
Some ideas seem good.
What could go wrong?
But aren't.
Maybe
she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. Homevestors, the We Buy Ugly Houses people, can buy your house fast for all cash, as is with no hassle. We Buy Ugly Houses, home of the fair cash offer. Call or click to sell quick.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call Everhart Painting today to schedule a free estimate. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
All right, we're following several breaking news stories this morning. Tragedy strikes in India, where a footbridge packed with sightseers enjoying holiday festivities collapsed and plunged them into the river below.
134 people are dead. Authorities say more than 400 were on the colonial-era suspension bridge at the time of the collapse last night. The bridge had drawn many sightseers celebrating the Festival of Lights. The bridge had been closed for 6 months for renovation and had just reopened to the public last week.
40 years of precedent upholding affirmative action in higher education is on the line today at the Supreme Court. The justices will hear arguments that could reshape higher education in the years to come. A new poll shows more than 6 out of 10 Americans oppose using race or ethnicity in college admissions, with African Americans almost evenly split on this. Right now, roughly 20% of four-year public universities do consider race during their admissions process. The Supreme Court could roll back existing rules or overturn affirmative action policies entirely, but a decision is not expected before next spring.
Today, we are finally expected to get some answers in a 5-year-old mystery surrounding the murders of these 2 girls in a small Indiana town. Sources tell an ABC affiliate in Indiana that a person has been arrested for the 2017 killings. That's when 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German seemingly disappeared when they went for a hike. Their bodies were found the next day. Authorities had said the killer could be a man captured on a grainy video recording found on one of the girls' phones.
Our 10-second takeaway on this Monday morning, mild temperatures. I mean, we're hovering around 50. We're going to get rain showers throughout the day. So wearing some light layers or waterproof layers, and parents an umbrella for trick-or-treating.
All right, talk about a colorful celebration. Hundreds of costume revelers paraded through the streets of Key West, Florida Friday as part of the Fantasy Fest Masquerade March. This year's theme, cult classics and cartoon chaos. The 10-day celebration began October 21st and wrapped up over the weekend.
Well, dozens of pet owners, along with their furry companions, dressed up for an annual Halloween costume show in Manila over the weekend. The event is organized by the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, and one of their goals is to promote responsible pet ownership. It is now 6:13. I hope your Halloween costume is waterproof.
Yeah, Mark is dialing in when those rain showers will be in your neighborhood. And speaking of costumes, does yours involve decorative contact lenses? Up next, we talk to a local eye doctor about why you'll want to skip them.
Let Pinot's Palette host your holiday party. Reserve your easel today with friends, coworkers, or any group this holiday season. And our gift certificates make a great stocking stuffer. Paint, drink, have fun at Pinot's Palette, downtown Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
There's a clear choice for Senate. While Tiffany Smiley stood with Mitch McConnell and the big drug companies to oppose lowering the cost of prescription drugs, Patty Murray is busy working for us.
I worked with Democrats and Republicans to ban surprise medical bills, and I led the fight to pass legislation to lower the cost of prescription drugs, including capping insulin at $35 a month. I'm Patty Murray. I approve this message to focus on what really matters, you.
Interested in a floor that's beautiful and life-proof? Stuff happens, and it's great to have a floor that's worry-free.
Hi, I'm Dean, the owner of Carpet Barn. We have a huge selection of luxury vinyl flooring that is waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof.
Beautiful hard surface flooring updates the look of your home, is 100% waterproof, and fully guaranteed if you're updating one room, hosting company, or building your dream home. Talk to the pros at Carpet Barn. Carpet Barn has waterproof flooring in stock and on sale.
COVID is sticking around longer than we'd like. But by wearing a mask in crowded indoor spaces, you can help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Think of it as a little way to take care of COVID and each other.
I seem to be having a problem with my heat. It seems to be making this sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. At Mainstream Heating and Cooling,
We speak your language.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest member-exclusive savings book, out now and posted on Bi-Mart.com. Save store-wide with 16 pages packed full of our best savings, including last-second Halloween essentials, fall clothing, food and beverage favorites, and more. Plus, don't forget to see if you're a winner on Lucky Number Tuesday. Everyday living costs less with our latest savings book and Lucky Number Tuesday, only at Bi-Mart, where your membership matters.
Listen up! Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win!
Let Pinot's Palette host your holiday party. Reserve your easel today with friends, coworkers, or any group this holiday season. And our gift certificates make a great stocking stuffer. Paint, drink, have fun at Pinot's Palette, downtown Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
Save, save, save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
All right, welcome back. As you are finalizing your costume for the big day today, a local eye doctor says you should be careful wearing decorative or costume-colored contact lenses.
The ophthalmologist tells us buying those colored contact lenses and wearing them without prescriptions is not worth risking your eyes, as Peter Choi reports.
If you're planning to wear a decorative colored contact lenses with your Halloween costume, a local eye doctor says you should think twice about that because you could face possible vision loss.
Wearing costumes to be your favorite superheroes or movie stars is one of the most fun parts for Halloween celebration. A local eye doctor says a misuse of a decorative colored contact lenses without prescription can turn into Halloween nightmares.
Contact lenses that are sold without a prescription haven't been fit to the surface of a patient's eye, and because of that they can cause painful eye injuries. Sometimes they're simple, like a scratch. Other times they can be more deep and penetrating. They can also cause severe eye injuries or even blindness.
He says he has seen a patient who went blind because of the poor contact lens wear. The doctor says it's illegal to sell contact lenses without having prescriptions for patients. Patients are required to check in with licensed eye doctors before the purchase. In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
It is time to dial in those costumes. I'm sure everybody already has what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
We're going to have a boatload of kids over at our house to start their trick-or-treating venture.
Getting all ready, getting
That's fun.
things.
They go in as a group?
Yeah.
Preloading the pillowcase. That's what we always used because we knew what was at the end. A pillowcase full of candy.
Good stuff.
And then dental appointments. Take a look at the trick-or-treat forecast for the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area. Rain showers, 6 o'clock, about 51 degrees. Temperatures around 48. So the coldness is not going to be the issue. It's the wet weather that's coming in. And in some areas, it's going to be wetter than others. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. 53 degrees, showers, breezy, 10 to 25 mile-an-hour winds. We're already seeing that now. Gusts to 30 potentially. Tonight, it's going to be a rainy night, and it's going to be 37 degrees for the overnight low. Mountain snows. We're going to see a ½ inch to an inch of rain in our region as this system continues to come in, but heavier amounts south of I-90, and that's really how it's going to be throughout much of today. We look at the current conditions, it's mild. Temperatures hovering into the upper 40s and low 50s very consistently all over the place. So that's not too shabby, but the windy conditions are gusting in excess of 15 miles an hour already yet this morning. We look at the current radar and, well, Rathdrum, Coeur d'Alene, you've been picking up these rain showers and it builds in and then it moves back out again. And we're starting to see it start to come in more from the west, and that's heading into areas of Davenport, Deer Park. And we're going to see those rain showers before we see them move into Cheney and Spokane. that forecast for the next 24 hours, well, the Cascades are going to be inundated. There's going to be flooding potential onto the west side. We're going to see those rain showers coming in, filling in through the day. By noon, now we start to see those things really concentrating with that I-90 break all the way south into the Palouse. This system pushes south, so it will be drier to the north. That's why it's a lesser chance of rain into Omak, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Deer Park. Winds firing up yet this morning into the middle of the day, and then should calm down a little bit into the evening hours. Our highs there aren't going to be much more than what we have currently. We're going to be into the low 50s, 55 into Colville, St. Mary's 52, Pullman 54 degrees. And that planning forecast, yeah, plan on rainy conditions, 53 today, 46 for the high Tuesday, and 42 on Wednesday, with Tuesday into Wednesday being the potential for some snow Wednesday morning for the commute. It's no accumulations, but we're going to see that first attempt for many people driving. All right, so we just want to give you that first check. Right now, it's time for our Pet of the Week.
Some of the animals at Kootenai Humane Society would like to wish you a happy Halloween in their own way.
I hope you were watching and not just listening. If you're in another room, you're like, what is happening here?
Because some of those dogs had dad jokes.
They were great. It is now 6:21. Make it 3 straight wins for the Seahawks.
Yeah, we'll show you how Geno Smith and company took down the New York Giants and hear from Tyler Lockett on the team's faith in each other. It's coming up next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
A 2-year-old overdosed on fentanyl she found in the park where she played. It's not just our cities. It's killing kids from Bellingham to Pullman because Patty Murray kept our borders open and defunded our police. Now, record rapes, carjacking, murders, and overdoses plague our communities, and victims have nowhere to turn. Who's to blame? Patty Murray. 30 years, and we are less safe.
It's Kelly Clarkson's monster-filled Halloween with Wednesday Addams and the Queen of the Damned.
What an entrance! I have one thing.
Happy Halloween.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
We deserve a county commissioner who will protect our rights.
But Republican Kim Pleas says
Our reproductive freedom should be repealed at the local level.
Turning back the clock on women's rights?
we can't let that happen here.
Kim Please's agenda is too extreme for Spokane.
I trust Assistant Attorney General Chris Jordan
to respect our rights, protect public safety,
and fight for working families.
I trust Chris Jordan to stand up for all of us.
This time of year, conditions can change drastically in minutes. For weather that extreme, you need the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team. Online, on the air, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
What do you get when ice cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
As it turns out, maybe the Seattle Seahawks' recent success isn't a fluke after all. Last week, they took sole possession of first place in the NFC West, and on Sunday, they held serve on that spot. They go on to beat the 6-1 New York Giants 27-13 on the back of a strong second-half performance. Quarterback Geno Smith continues to impress as he goes over 200 yards with a couple of touchdowns and doesn't turn the ball over. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf also on the receiving end of both of those scores as they found their groove, and the Seahawks won their third straight game for the first time since 2020, and after the game showing it was a true team effort.
But, I mean, that stuff doesn't happen if we don't have a line, if we don't have a coach that, calls those type of play calls, and Geno being able to have faith in us. We might drop some passes, we might not get open at times, but, hey, man, he's still going to throw it, and he's still going to give us a chance, and so we go out there and make the best out of it.
Seahawks will now hit the road for their next weekend's matchup against division rival Arizona as they have a chance to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And former Eastern Washington wide receiver Cooper Kupp had yet another solid performance Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers, bringing in 8 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown to up his season total to 5. But maybe more importantly is what happened at the end of the game. With under 2 to play, Kupp had his ankle rolled up on and would go down in some serious pain. He would walk away on his own power, as head coach Sean McVay says they dodged a bullet, and Kupp added he wants to see how the ankle responds over the next few days.
Let's hope he doesn't get rolled up.
Hopefully, it'll be okay for Cooper Kupp. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26.
As we go to a break, here's your first look at what's coming up this morning on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen's divorce.
They have very much not had the same goal when it comes to their relationship as a couple, but they do have the same goals when it comes to their children. And that means, creating a safe environment for them to really feel like they have everything that they need. And what they care about most and are most focused on is, sharing custody of the kids and making the kids feel safe and supported.
Now, as they move forward for their family, questions about how the former power couple will divide their combined financial empire. Fortune estimating it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
But I assume since they have so much money, they'll each be leaving this marriage very comfortably and hopefully without a lot of problems.
And we'll tell you what's next for the high wattage couple coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Trelegy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel.
You don't have to take COPD sitting down.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
It's time to make a stand.
And I'm feeling good.
Start a new day with Trelegy. No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trelegy. With 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy makes breathing easier for a full 24 hours, improves lung function, and helps prevent future flare-ups. Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trelegy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy and save at Trelegy.com.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pinot's Palette.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
In America, we have a pressure from every quarter trying to destroy the opportunity for people to be able to build their own futures. We see an economy that has gone from the strongest economy that we have seen to one in which we have raging inflation, Our borders must be protected. We are seeing unprecedented entry, 2 million illegal entries, with the drugs and the violence that comes with it. I'm going to fight to make sure that we stop those problems. I'm Mike Crapo, and I approve this message.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza. I love the Car Wash Plaza. It takes care of me and my bike.
At Car Wash Plaza, there's no hassle. They take cash, credit, or debit.
The attendants are really friendly. They answer all my questions.
Thank you, Car Wash Plaza. Car Wash Plaza. Give us a try, and soon you'll agree we're the best in the Northwest.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Taking a look at stories topping our news this morning in the Story Tracker.
With just over a week to go until Election Day, 20.7 million pre-election ballots have been cast in 46 states. More than 1.6 million of those are in Georgia, where Republican Governor Brian Kemp took on his Democratic challenger Stacey Abrams in their second and final gubernatorial debate in a race that's being closely watched by the entire nation.
Lula da Silva has been elected the next president of Brazil in a stunning comeback following a tight runoff race on Sunday. His victory heralds a political about-face for Latin America's largest country after 4 years of Jair Bolsonaro's far-right administration.
Taylor Swift's new album, Midnights, is red hot. Billboard reports it had the best first week of any album in nearly 7 years. It's already the year's top album in overall sales and vinyl sales. And it's now tied Swift with Barbra Streisand for the most #1 albums by a female artist with 11. Well, good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. Let's check in with Mark and your first alert forecast for all you trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be dependent on where you live as to how much rain you'll get. If you're north of I-90, you're looking pretty good. South of I-90, it's going to be a wet night. 49 is currently cloudy in Spokane. We do have rain showers in the Coeur d'Alene area. Here are the 4 things you need to know. It's going to be rainy at times throughout the day. More rain coming in overnight for just about everybody. Snow levels drop Tuesday, but it's Tuesday into Wednesday morning that we see the opportunity or chance of valley floor snow. Not huge amounts, but enough to let you know winter's around the corner. We look at the Doppler radar, and it has been a busy day into North Idaho and down into areas of Worley and Plummer with some light showers. We've got more coming in. Deer Park, you're going to see those showers coming into your region here in probably the next 15 minutes. It's the 24-hour forecast. It is going to be, again, that dividing line as we look at I-90 to the north. Scattered showers, yes, but more sustained rain as we get to the south. And that goes all the way into the areas around Moses Lake south, into the Tri-Cities and beyond. We're going to see more rain. That will fill in overnight, and we will see more rain for our area. Over the next 12 hours, yeah, it's going to be cloudy. We're going to have scattered showers. Midday, could see partly cloudy conditions, and then more clouds and scattered rain showers into the trick-or-treat hours and low 50s for the temperature.
Today is the final day of the state's COVID emergency declaration.
Governor Jay Inslee made the announcement last month, citing vaccinations, medical treatments, and efforts people have made since the start of the pandemic. Governor Inslee said, while we are grateful for thousands of lives we saved together, thousands of lives were also lost, and many more were changed forever. The past 2.5 years have been some of the hardest anyone can remember. Through the loss and suffering, we did not lose faith, and we did not abandon each other. Working together, we saved countless thousands of lives.
According to the CDC, Washington has one of the lowest COVID death rates across all 50 states, with a total of 191 deaths per 100,000 people. The U.S. has a total of 321 deaths per 100,000. Idaho has a total of 291 COVID deaths per 100,000 people.
A new lawsuit related to Camp Hope has been filed against city and county leaders. 3 people who live at the camp are cited, as well as Jules Helping Hands and the Disability Rights of Washington. Defendants say their rights are violated by threats from leaders to sweep the camp. The lawsuit mentions a large percentage of people with disabilities at the camp. It says they can't move into temporary shelters because they can't access needed services. The lawsuit lays out mental trauma people have faced because of the threats. You can read more about it on our website at KXLY.com.
And from the Breaking Now desk, in just a few hours, we'll hear from the San Francisco District Attorney on the charges in connection with the attack on Paul Pelosi. ABC had a chance to speak with law enforcement there. They say that 42-year-old David DePape had zip ties and duct tape in his bags early Friday when he broke into the Pelosi home in San Francisco. Sources say that he also shouted, "Where's Nancy?" as he searched the home. Authorities say Paul Pelosi called 911 when DePape broke in, leaving the line open. Police arrived within 2 minutes when they ordered DePape to drop his weapon, a hammer, and that's when he allegedly struck Pelosi at least twice, fracturing his skull. House Speaker Pelosi says her family is heartbroken and traumatized by the life-threatening attack. She tweeted this when it all happened, saying that the family is grateful for the quick response of law enforcement and emergency services. Again, the San Francisco District Attorney is expected to file charges against the suspect today, and a court appearance is expected tomorrow. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding 2 vehicle thieves. A person noticed 2 men were trying to steal his mini excavator on a flatbed connected to his truck in Spokane Valley. Well, he followed those men and confronted them. Deputies say the suspects drove toward the victim. He then fired shots at them. Officers found blood in the vehicle and believe one of the suspects was hurt. The Sheriff's Office says that truck was found later near North Nevada and East Sanson in Spokane. Deputies have not yet found the men who were inside. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
A woman in her 70s died in a mobile home fire in Moses Lake early yesterday morning. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it happened at the Harvest Manor Mobile Home Park just off of Highway 17. They say another woman was able to escape. The Sheriff's Office says firefighters were called to that fire just after 8 a.m., but the fire had already become too big for them to try to rescue the people inside. The Grant County Fire Marshal's Office is investigating.
Foster Farms is recalling about 148,000 pounds of fully cooked chicken patty products, and you might have these at home. The USDA says the patties might be contaminated with hard, clear pieces of plastic or other materials. The packages were sent to Costco locations across the West, including Washington. So far, no one's reported that they've been hurt, but the Food Safety Inspection Service says the hard plastic pieces are sharp and could cause injuries. If you have these products at your house right now, you're asked to throw them away or return them to where you bought them. Don't risk it. It's now 6:36.
All right, we're going to send things over to Mark Peterson for that trick-or-treat forecast, which not looking so great.
Dad, how's it looking? All right, breezy conditions this morning. We have winds gusting to 25 into Spokane with sustained winds to 17. Now, we're going to see those winds throughout the day, but they should taper off by the time we go trick-or-treating.
And changes have arrived for those moments when you make a call for help. Coming up, we'll break down what you can expect the next time you call 911.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
They keep us safe, put their lives on the line every day. Yet radicals want to defund the police and give criminals get-out-of-jail-free cards. That's the last thing we need. Law enforcement has a champion, Kathy McMorris Rogers. Kathy says no to defunding the police and voted to secure more funding for local police departments. Endorsed by police and sheriffs, Kathy backs the blue and they back her.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
When the weather outside is frightful, your home or office can be delightful. American craftsmanship is getting harder to find and even harder to experience, but not with Vermont Casting. Stoves and inserts are hand-built with you in mind. No detail is too small. The result? Timeless furniture, quality beauty that delivers efficient heat to your home. Vermont Casting is handcrafted to set your living space apart in style and in comfort. Visit our showroom for gas, wood, and pellet stoves. Andy's Heating and Cooling since '72, thanks to you.
Every election, they keep coming back. Career politicians. This year, treat yourself to a change. Patty Murray's been in office for 30 years. The scary results? Reckless spending triggered record inflation with crushing gas and grocery prices. And we're all terrified by runaway horrific crime. After 30 years, it's time to break the spell and make Patty Murray disappear from the Senate. ESA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Come celebrate Ironstone Furniture and Fire's 20-year anniversary. Customize your home now and save 20% off of all in-stock furniture and accessories during the sale. Ironstone Furniture and Fire offers sophisticated style, superior comfort, and endless possibilities. So, if you're looking for casual elegance at its best, don't miss Ironstone Furniture and Fire's 20-year anniversary sale.
911, what's your emergency?
I smell something delicious and I don't know what it is.
Ma'am, we traced the smell and it's coming from inside your oven.
Ah, amazing!
Papa Murphy's.
Welcome back. We're learning more this morning about the tragic crowd crush in South Korea that killed 150 people, including 2 Americans. Ann Jeske, a nursing student at the University of Kentucky, and Stephen Blesi, a 20-year-old business student from Georgia, were among those killed at a Halloween celebration in Seoul Saturday night. Officials estimate more than 100,000 people packed the streets for the city's first post-COVID restrictions Halloween party when a massive sea of people jammed into a narrow alley. As the crowd surged forward, witnesses describe a hell-like chaos, with people in costumes crushed, suffocating, and falling like dominoes as party music blared in the background.
And then the emergency services arrived, and they were just pulling bodies out and just dumping them on the street.
South Korea's interior minister acknowledges officials did not anticipate such a large crowd. Many of the victims are young teenagers, and there are nearly twice as many women who died than men.
In our 10-second takeaway on this Monday morning, it is, again, the mild temperatures we're facing, the rain showers that we'll be seeing in and out throughout the day. So some waterproof layers, an umbrella for the parents as you escort the kids. 53 our high today.
Well, big changes to the way 911 calls are handled begin today thanks to the state ending the COVID emergency declaration.
Spokane police are having to take on more responsibility and more emergency 911 calls. The goal is to make the community safer even when staffing is still an issue. Beginning today, unvaccinated firefighters are allowed to work with people again. Now, that means those firefighters who had been at the call center answering 911 phones will be back to their regular jobs. But that leaves some more openings. But because of a reorganization, Spokane Police will step in to answer some 911 calls, while the Spokane Regional Emergency Communication Center will take over the fire calls. It means there are now more people working to solve your emergencies than before, but it could have an effect on responses.
Forwarding process may mean that callers are placed on hold for a period of time until a dispatcher is available to speak with them.
SPD says this reorganization will not affect crimes in progress. Responding quickly to active scenes is still their first priority. But if you call to report something that already happened and is not urgent, expect delays while your call is directed to the correct department. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:42.
All right, Thanksgiving is just less than a month away. While it's known for turkey, some families in Idaho might have to rethink what they'll be serving this year.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The more I learn about Tiffany Smiley, the more worried I get.
Tiffany Smiley has said that it would be awesome to have Donald Trump support. Donald Trump is far from awesome.
She questioned the integrity of the 2020 election.
Come on. Smiley promised Mitch McConnell that she would flip control of the Senate to him.
They could rig the courts with more extreme judges.
She could give Mitch McConnell the power to pass a nationwide abortion ban.
That's horrible.
The more you learn about Tiffany Smiley, the worse it gets.
Women voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's a prime-time Plinko party like you've never seen. Qualify in November and win a shot at Plinko cash at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. And our Plinko party is just the beginning. Midweek room rates are just $109 for Kootenai Falls Lodge or $129 for a Riverview room. Both come with breakfast for 2. If you like parties and you like winning cash, book a getaway to the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
With a huge expansion, Lookout Pass has doubled the skiable terrain, but our season pass prices haven't doubled. Adult passes just $445 through November 18th. This is the year to ski Lookout Pass. 500 acres of new terrain, including 14 intermediate and advanced new runs, plus our second quad lift. We still have the best powder, we're still the most affordable, and still the most fun with friends. Hurry, pass prices go up after November 18th. Visit skilookout.com for more.
Rugged, capable off-road travel, adept at towing heavy loads, the completely redesigned Nissan Pathfinder has all the features buyers are looking for in a full-size SUV. Check these features: seating up to 8 with easy access third row, cabin noise reduction, super smooth 9-speed transmission, towing up to 6,000 pounds with 284 horsepower, classy upscale design, and two-tone style. There's lots more with this Pathfinder. Find out at Coeur d'Alene Nissan, just off Highway 95.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
It's now 6:45. Temperatures are dropping, and as you've been hearing Mark talk about, snow could be here soon. That means it's time to brush up on your winter driving skills. Bronte Sorotsky rode along with a Spokane driving instructor and shares how you can stay safe on the road this winter.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen the snow, and we might have forgotten some of the tricks and techniques you're supposed to do when that snow hits. Well, I spoke with a Spokane driving instructor to know what to do before it snows. What speed should people be going at?
Well, there's really no set speed, but they should use what they call due care. So driving for your conditions.
It's already that time to get out the snow tires, shovels, and cat litter. Spokane could see snow as soon as Wednesday. And that first snow of the season can be more dangerous for drivers.
Because the first snow is when everybody's getting readjusted to it, and they just don't anticipate it. They're a little bit overconfident from driving all summer long with no real problems. They don't realize they have to increase that distance, slow down a little bit.
Going slow is one of the best ways to navigate snowy roads. But Burgess says sliding and losing control can still happen. So when it does, remain calm.
Maybe add a little gas, try to get it back into the position it was in. You know, keep the brake tight.
When driving up or down hills, drive slower and brake sooner.
If you break the traction of the tires, it's kind of hard to get it back. Going downhill, especially on ice, start braking a lot sooner. You know, if you normally brake at a certain spot, push that back.
When you're driving near other cars or stopped at a light, make sure you give yourself extra time to hit the brakes.
Normally you want 2 or 3 seconds on a road like this, so maybe you want to push that back to 3 or 4 seconds. It just gives you more time to react and gives you the ability to avoid a dangerous situation.
And a reminder, the best thing you can do is to not panic and to just take it slow. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte looks like she's ready for some snow with that
ready.
sweater and the cap there, huh?
I am not ready.
No.
She is ready.
Nor am I. All right, you are taking a look at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena there. Things are dry right now. Not going to say that way.
But not there.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Bronte, by the way, foreshadowing, and it's true. So we have wet roadways as we look at the passes. Stevens, wet, not snow. Snoqualmie Pass, rain, not snow, but snow off to the side. And we have wet roadways at 4th of July and Lookout. Again, not snow, it's rain right now. We're going to see things change, though, later on tonight. So we look at what we can expect for today, and it is going to be periods of rain showers, breezy at times, gusts to 30 miles an hour potential. We've seen gusts 25 already this morning. It looks like the morning hours and into the afternoon are going to be the breeziest conditions. 37 for the overnight low, so we're remaining above freezing, and we're expecting to see a half to an inch of rain in many areas. But wait till you see where that dividing line is when it comes to moisture. So we look at our current conditions. We're in the low 50s all over the place. A little cooler to Fairchild and Chenier at 47 degrees, 49 Hayden, Coeur d'Alene at 51 degrees, and they've had rain this morning. We'll continue to see, again with the radar, filling in, and we have North Idaho getting quite a bit of rain as it comes out. And we're starting to see more spotty showers coming in from the west, and it's just taking a while to gather itself over us. So we're going to see, again, a fairly dry commute in the next hour or two, but more showers. Now, look at the 72-hour forecast. We do have quite a bit of energy, but today, 6 o'clock, look at how this low is, and that's right along that I-90 area until Moses Lake, and then it gets lower. We continue to move on. Eastern Washington, North Idaho in the mix. Wednesday morning, that chance of snow even onto the valley floor. Not looking for a ton here in the lower elevations, but grassy surfaces and some of the roadways, so you know how that goes. 53 will be our high today, 52 into Coeur d'Alene. You need warmth. Grand Coulee 62, 62 in Lewiston, wet and 54 into Pullman for trick-or-treating tonight. So 53 today, 46 tomorrow as this front passes. We continue to cool into the end of the week. Thursday 40 again with Wednesday morning the potential for some valley snow for the morning commute.
Valley snow.
That's here. That's where we're standing.
Gee, thanks. It's now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Don't go away.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about two? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
In America, we have a pressure from every quarter trying to destroy the opportunity for people to be able to build their own futures. We see an economy that has gone from the strongest economy that we have seen to one in which we have raging inflation. Our borders must be protected. We are seeing unprecedented entry, 2 million illegal entries, with the drugs and the violence that comes with it. I'm going to fight to make sure that we stop those problems. I'm Mike Crapo, and I approve this message.
Fred's has Black Friday truckload deals for you, and they are arriving early. Check out the truckload savings on LG dishwashers.
Save $200 on an LG dishwasher, plus get an exclusive Fred's Appliance rebate.
Fred's has these top-rated LG dishwashers in stock and on sale.
This Quad Wash 3-rack model make your dishes come out sparkling clean the first time. For a limited time, save $200 and get an exclusive rebate.
When Fred's advertises it, we've got it. Early for you.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
September 7th was horrible.
All hell broke loose.
80% of the town lost their homes.
My family's home burned to the ground.
It was just heartbreaking.
Kathy was there for us.
Not taking political sides.
She's done a lot.
Put her name on the line to help here.
Kathy helped us start the journey to rebuilding.
She went above and beyond. She genuinely, actually cares.
I'm Kathy McMorris-Rogers, and I approve this message.
What do you get when ice-cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Monday and your Halloween with the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles is here with the latest on a fresh round of missiles launched by Russia this morning.
But let's get first to Mark to help you with and your family prepare for trick-or-treating.
Well, good morning. First alert weather, and the first to alert, the rain showers coming in for this afternoon. Making sure you and the kids are dressed appropriately, because at 6 and 8, it's still going to be mild temperatures around 50, but we have a pretty good chance of seeing rain showers, about a 60% chance in Spokane. To the north, not quite that high. We look at what we can expect when it comes to the 24-hour forecast. Yeah, that rain's going to be all around us, and it's going to be through us, but I-90 South looks to have heavier amounts of rain expected, and today our high is going to be 53 degrees.
One man was shot and killed in Moses Lake home, and a 17-year-old was shot and injured. This morning, investigators still trying to figure out what exactly happened and who's responsible. Moses Lake police responded to a call of shots fired at 6 a.m. yesterday and found a 20-year-old man shot multiple times in a home near Road H Northeast in Cascade Valley. Later, they discovered a 17-year-old male had also been shot and had driven himself to the hospital. He was treated and released.
Voters had the chance to ask questions to U.S. Senate candidates from Washington. Republican Tiffany Smiley and incumbent Democrat Patty Murray in last night's Seattle town hall. Voters pressed Smiley and Murray on topics from inflation to abortion to crime. As of last night, political polling group 538 is forecasting a tightening race between the two candidates, with Murray holding a 7% lead.
All right, we're expecting an announcement today from the San Francisco District Attorney on the charges in connection with the attack on Paul Pelosi, the husband of Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. Authorities say Paul Pelosi called 911 when a man broke into their home Friday morning, leaving the line open. Police arrived within 2 minutes, and they ordered that man to drop his weapon, which was a hammer. That's when he allegedly struck Pelosi at least twice, fracturing his skull.
And Russia has launched more missile attacks on Ukraine this morning. Electricity substations, hydropower, and generation facilities have been hit hard. Right now, the Ukrainian Air Force says more than 50 missiles have been launched. Several buildings are damaged, including an energy facility in Kyiv, powering 350,000 apartments. Attacks in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, have disrupted water supply and halted most subway train services, according to the city's mayor. But we now know that water supply in parts of the capital of Kyiv will be restored, the mayor saying that'll happen within the next few hours.
Today is the final day of the state's COVID-19 emergency declaration. Governor Jay Inslee made the announcement last month, citing vaccinations, medical treatments, and efforts people have made since the start of the pandemic. Governor Inslee said, while we are grateful for thousands of lives we saved together, thousands of lives were also lost, and many more were changed forever. The past 2.5 years have been some of the hardest anyone can remember. Through the loss and suffering, we did not lose faith, and we did not abandon each other. Working together, we saved countless thousands of lives.
A new lawsuit related to Camp Hope has been filed against city and county leaders. 3 people who live at the camp are cited, as well as Jules Helping Hands and the Disability Rights of Washington. Defendants say their rights are violated by threats from leaders to sweep the camp. The lawsuit mentions a large percentage of people with disabilities at the camp. It says they cannot move into temporary shelters because they can't access needed services. The lawsuit lays out mental trauma people have faced because of those threats.
Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding 2 possible theft suspects. A person noticed 2 men were trying to steal his mini excavator on a flatbed connected to his truck in Spokane Valley. He followed the men and confronted them. Deputies say the suspects drove towards the victim in their car. He then fired shots at them. The Sheriff's Office says the truck was found later, but they have not found the men who were inside yet.
A woman in her 70s died in a mobile home fire in Moses Lake early Sunday morning. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it happened at the Harvest Manor Mobile Home Park just off of Highway 17. They say another woman was able to escape. The Grant County Fire Marshal's office is investigating.
Idaho farmers are saying there aren't enough turkeys to go around this year for multiple reasons. Farmers were forced to leave their birds inside, sequestered from other animals and wildlife to keep them healthy. Then the heat wave that came through Idaho also prevented the birds from growing normally. According to the Department of Agriculture, frozen turkey inventories are 24% below their 3-year average. All right, coming up after the break, we'll have a final check of the forecast and see what it's going to be like for your trick-or-treating tonight. Next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
There are many different ways that Numerica gives back. Financial education is my way of giving back to the community by being able to help members in branch and getting the opportunity to go out into schools and teach kids about how to put themselves in a better position financially.
You hear stories every single day of people being mugged or shot.
I've been accosted by homeless people and drug addicts.
It is absolutely not safe.
We're lifelong Democrats.
I have voted for Patty Murray many times. At least 5 times.
But I just can't do it this time.
We're voting for Tiffany Smiley.
Vote Tiffany Smiley. Tiffany Smiley is the right person for the job.
She gives me hope.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
The nonstop sirens. This is why you don't vote for Patty Murray. It never used to be like this.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Get ready to vote with 4 News Now for the People coverage. What do you want to know about this year's ballot? Send your questions to KXLY.com. We'll get answers now until Election Day. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
It is the last day to donate to Coats for Kids at one of our collection centers. For a full list of where you can donate, just check it out on KXLY.com/Coats4Kids. That's also where you can find when and where you can pick up a coat.
Today's a good day for a raincoat as we're going to have rain showers moving into the area, not just right now, though. We're sitting with temperatures of 49 degrees, expecting low 50s and those scattered showers to happen throughout the day. And we're going to see rain overnight, and then it should stop by about 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. We're going to see more showers coming in Wednesday morning. Could be some light snow on the valley floor.
All right, Mark, thank you so much.
Valley snow. Still not ready for it.